to D&D OMG. Did you miss me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Moderately, yes.
Lies. Lies. All lies. -1 inspiration to you all. So, welcome to anyone who's watching. This is the D&D OMG live stream, where me and friends play a good old jolly nautical adventure in the setting of the Ghosts of Saltmarsh D&D campaign world. I have with me 3 unlikely adventurers, minus unfortunately 1 who cannot be here this week, Adam, who straight up forgot. So we will make him pay for his transgressions in due time, but this week I will be playing his character for him. His character, Kuspero of Gleam, the fighter. Which won't be too hard, because I think I've got his character down pat. I think I can get in his mindset pretty well. So, first order of business. Let's introduce everyone today, starting with, from left, going to right, we have Ben. Wave to the lovely people, Ben. Ben is a buddy of mine, and he is playing today Driftwood, the Furbolg Druid. And also, not just a druid, but also a shipwright, a man skilled in the crafting of boats. And you may also periodically hear my cats behind me ripping my worldly possessions to pieces. Then in the middle of the screen we have Alex playing Deuce Brickinson, Bard Extraordinaire. He's like the prog rock slash metal bard of the high seas, as it were.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. Indeed.
And all his repertoire is usually Iron Maiden songs, which we've put punny twists on. Oh, I'm getting messages on Facebook. Why? Okay, not important. And then on the right side of the screen we have the lovely Jen playing Salty, the water genasi rogue smuggler, who is kind of like the Han Solo to Ben's characters, Chewbacca, partners in crime. Yes, who last week we started off the session with them bringing in a contraband case of smuggled cheeses into the town of Saltmarsh due to the local government putting on a high tax levy on duty paid on the imports of non-domestically produced dairy produce. I will not repeat all the puns that I subjected you to last week, don't worry.
They were brilliant, I loved them.
Yes, but you have a trashy sense of humour just like me, Ben. I got some stick from people online for what I broadcast to the world forever last week.
Those puns were great.
After you picked up your payday, Drift and Salty went to the Empty Net, a haven for rogues and scoundrels, a tavern of ill repute, where we first came across our introduction to Deuce Brickinson as he was playing out a tune on his lute to the tune of what was your opening number last week, Alex? Was it the Trooper or something?
No.
You did rhyme with the Ancient Mariner, I know that much.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
It's not important. Anyway, you impressed the crowd. Many objects were thrown at you Amongst them were some coins of appreciation. Amongst the bottles and the axes and the stuff. The chairs that were thrown in a friendly manner. Yes, and then a scruffy-looking coot by the name of Cray J came talking to you, telling you about the house, the old Saltmarsh manor on the hill it's haunted by ghosts that are pretending to pirate treasure. I swear, I swore it. Oh, I'm not crazy. Even though my friends call me Cray Cray, he would say. Although, now that I think about it, it doesn't sound like a very affectionate nickname. I don't think they're much my friends, he would lament. Yep, and then you were interrupted by Gammon Gavin, local thug and, like, resident arsehole of the tavern, who tried to pressure Sal into lending him 10 gold till next week. But Sal did not buckle under the pressure of his intimidation, and you were eventually intervened by Adam's character, Kuspero of House Gleam, a rather a high elf who was rather disgraced and fallen from grace. He's a bit of a nautical fighter, a marine, as it were. And after an exchange of insults between him and Gammon Gavin, a barroom brawl ensued, and it was very fun. There was chairs broken over backs, like metal plates thrown like discuses. There was some friendly knees to the groin and some, jolly good punches to the face, all with like the usual slapstick noises being made. And finally, the crescendo of the barroom blitz was Jen doing a rather, like a solid, like 8 from the judges. 8, 9, 10 probably, I'd say. Of her swinging off a chandelier and, like, pow, kicking Gammon Gavin square in the face, knocking his lights out. And then, after everything had died down, like, Cray J was like, "Oh, thanks for putting Gavin in his place. You seem like Oh, Ben, your audio seems to have come back on in roll. There we go, thank you. Otherwise it causes an echo. And yes, so Krako's like, "Oh, you put Gavin in his place. I never liked that guy. He smells like pork. Urgh. Anyway, you seem capable young lot. You should go and, see if you can find the treasure that I was talking about in the old manor. And if you do, maybe you could sling a few coin old Cray's way. Out of appreciation, maybe. I'm not very. I don't have any money." And so, with nothing better to do, at 4 a.m, after being kicked out of the pub, you've been in your cups a little. I don't know how much you've been drinking, but it's enough to give you a bit of Dutch courage, as it were. With nothing better to do, you didn't want to go home to sleep, so you decided to go on a spooky exploration of the manor house. And in the manor grounds just outside, you managed to disturb a nest of giant weasels, which you all dispatched in short order, but not after Kuspero of Gleam yet again tanking all the damage for the party. And this is where we find ourselves. And I'll just move us over to the tab for... Where is it?
Yeah, we did exactly like what Americans do in horror movie, which is disperse first.
Yes.
Yeah.
You may need to turn your...
Split off.
Can we turn your audio up a bit, Jen? You're coming through a little bit quiet.
Is that better?
Possibly. You may just need to speak up or closer to the mic. I don't know. Anywho. So you approach the old Saltmarsh manor. As you do so, and you do walk up the creaky boards on the front porch. There's some birds that go fluttering from the eaves of the roof, like rah, 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 flap, 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 flap. It's all very ominous. The light of dawn is starting to peak above the horizon as the daylight starts to creep in, but much of the night still remains. So you're all standing in the manor grounds before the old dilapidated and broken down house. What would you like to do?
So that did we group back?
I would say so, yes. I mean, Kuspero, after getting bitten through the thigh by one of the Weasley Wascals, I think he's probably, effing and blinding and asking for one of you to get over there and give him some sort of medical aid, as it were.
I go over to him and I'll pass. I've got the name of my healing spell.
You have... Let me have a look at your character sheet.
I think it's healing touch.
You have healing word. Well, for a start, as a druid, you can prepare different spells after each long rest. You don't have a set number of spells that you know. You know all the spells in the druid's repertoire. But you...
No, I've forgotten which one I prepared. No, I've got Cure Wounds.
You've got Cure Wounds on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's probably all for the best, because he is down by... Let me see. He's down by 4 hit points at the moment. So he's like, no, save your healing until it's absolutely necessary. For now, I'm just gonna tie a bandage around this and see if I can staunch the bleeding.
I suppose that's up to you then.
That's for sure, because I'm on 4 hit points.
You're on 4 hit points?
Yeah.
Oh, did you get... Oh, you got really bit, didn't you? And Kuspero's like, yes, probably best you heal your comrade over there. She's looking far more worse for wear than I am.
No, in that case, I stroll over to Salty and just lay that healing touch.
Ooh, what a feeling when you're getting some healing. That's you up to full hit points there, Jen.
Okay.
I'm just going to have a look. Oh, we have 7 viewers at the moment. That's freaking awesome. Hello, everyone. Please do say hello in the chat. And I will say hello back as soon as I notice that your presence is there, or something along those lines. Righty-ho. So, Drift, put your hands around the wound on Jen's leg. Your eyes glow with like a seafoam green light from behind your eyes, and her wound knits together and the blood stops flowing. And that is you Let's have a look at your character sheet.
I put it back to 8.
You've put it up back to full. Good. Excellent.
Yeah, 8, yeah.
Yay! Oblong Platypus says hello. Hello, Oblong Platypus.
Good day.
That's my best friend right there. Well, my oldest friend. Yep, we've known each other since we were wee little nippers. Anyway, so Kuspero's quite happy to proceed with just a bandage around his wound, and Jen is fighting fit up on full hit points. What do you guys want to do next?
Well, I'm not on 4 hit points.
Oh, you're not? Did you all get frickin'
I'm
whacked?
also on 4 hit points. Yeah, that's half my health. Can I use healing word on myself?
You can.
Right. Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
What is the healing word?
It's oh, that's painful. Let this not be painful anymore. I don't know. So yeah, just roll a 2 on that. So I'm up to 6 now.
Ooh.
So I'm not in quite so much pain.
2 plus... Do you add your charisma bonus to that, don't you?
Plus my spellcasting ability.
Yes, that would be for a bard, be charisma, so that'll give you an extra...
So I'm up to 4 then.
Whoop whoop. That is
yes.
good. And like Kuspero's like, well, since we all seem to be feeling a little better about ourselves, how about we go see what's inside? I'll be honest with you, the only reason I'm tagging along is that I'm still gasping for another drink, and there's got to be some kind of wine cellar in a place like this. Might even find a decent vintage for once. So, ladies first, and he does a very theatrical bow to Salty.
Before we go running and get attacked by another type of weasel of other monsters of some kind, I would suggest, since I'm the most stealthy of you all, to try and open the door discreetly to see if there is
Anything inside? That's a very good shout.
Yeah, I'd like to open the door in such a way to maybe not attract attention. So check for not for a trap, but more for like, you know, the very noisy like plank, or we'll try to open the door as such so it doesn't make too much noise.
Make me a stealth check.
That's 19.
Yeah, you like light-footed as can be, you make your way up the steps and you pull the door open very slowly without making any like creaking noises or anything like that.
Okay, make sure to point on the stairs where they need to put their feet so it doesn't creak. Can I do a investigation check just to see what's around me?
Yeah, as you poke your head in through the door, I'm just going to move us... Well, I'm going to move the audience over onto a different page. Not you guys. Until we have... Well, we're going to work this. I'm going to move the map that I can see and the audience at home can see to a map of the mansion. Until such time as we're in combat, I'm just going to talk you through in the theatre of the mind what you see as you're exploring the mansion, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to bring your tokens onto the tabletop. Ha 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 ha. Oh wait, that's in that section there. I'm getting things in the way. Here we are, driftwood. Boom. That didn't work. Come on. There we are, salty. Deuce. and Kuspero. Okay, so Salty, and so you're there. Everyone's waiting. Everyone else is waiting outside. Let's see how this goes. Oh, lost your visual there. Lost your camera, Jen. Jen, you with us? Hey, you're back. Hold on, I'm just going.
No audio, but
Okay. So, Jen, you've poked your head in through the door, and you're on the just on the front, like just inside the front door of the porch. You've pointed out to everyone else where the squeaky bits are on the porch. So I would say, as they're making their way up, following behind you, that everyone can have advantage on their stealth checks entering the house. So, you said you wanted to make an investigation check to see what's what on the inside of the house. So let's just say, I'll describe to you what you see as you enter the front door. It is a very vast entrance hall, the type you'd expect to see in a stately manor. However, it's completely run down. The plaster is blown in the walls. There's wallpaper hanging off. There's cobwebs everywhere and dust coats every surface. To the right-hand side is a large staircase leading upstairs. Directly ahead of you, you can see a corridor leading to the rearmost portion of the house. And also you can see there are corridors leading off to the west and the east wing of the ground floor. Now I would like you to make me an investigation check, Jen. Nat 20! So, first thing you notice, Jen, as you walk in, is that there are tracks leading from the front door. And from the looks of them, I could say from your natural 20, you can tell that they're actually relatively fresh. There are footprints. The footprints, go in two directions. One set of tracks lead off to the west wing. The other goes straight up the middle of the entrance hall and leads to the rear of the house.
If they're like humanoid or like...
The footprints resemble that of your average medium-sized humanoid creature.
Okay. I mean, purely strategically, maybe we should clear the ground floor before going upstairs. So, I'm saying that with a quiet voice, but I'm conscious that I'm like quiet. So yeah, I'll ask the team what they think about clearing the ground floor on the west side. Is it west side?
Yeah, as the tracks do lead to the west, they also lead to the rear of the house as well, up the central corridor.
But I don't want to make too much noise upstairs and then having to come back. And then there is everything from the ground floor.
It's best to cover our rear before we head off somewhere.
Okay, looks like we're going west.
So we don't get ambushed.
So as you all follow into the manor house behind Jen, can you all make me a stealth check with advantage? Who was that? I've blocked off my view of the actual...
is 26.
Sorry? I know, you've already done stealth, Jen. You don't need to do it again. You're fine. So Drift gets a 12 and 2. I'd say you all managed to creep in relatively quietly. Not as quietly as the rogue, since that's their forte, as it were. But you're all... there's minimal creaking as you walk up the front doorstep. And as you walk inside, I think it's time for... Where is it? Spooky music. You walk inside and immediately a sense of foreboding washes over you. This place has not seen life in many years. Who knows what ghastly end befell the previous occupants of this rotten and broken old home. Where would you like to go? Forward.
Down the least scary path, probably.
Oh, what would qualify as the least scary path, my friend?
I don't know.
You have a staircase going up to the first floor to the right of you.
Okay.
There are corridors that lead to the west and east of the first floor, of the ground floor, as well as a corridor going down the center towards the rear of the first floor. Tracks lead off, coming from the entranceway. One set of tracks going down to the west wing, one going up the center towards the rear of the house. What would you like to do? Would you like to follow one set of tracks, or maybe at the suggestion of Kuspero, he's like, here's a fun idea. Why don't we split into two groups and follow both sets of tracks? What could possibly go wrong? He chuckles sarcastically.
Well, obviously, if we did that, then the two comic relief characters would end up finding the monster, but they'd be completely ill-equipped to deal with it. So then all the mysterious characters would end up having to try and rescue them, and that's not going to happen. So I think we all go together down one of the paths, down one of the corridors, with the tracks, the spooky tracks going down them, and we figure out what made the tracks. Can we try and figure out who made the tracks?
You want to try and figure out who made the tracks?
Yeah, because
Yeah, or what kind of thing it was.
Make me an intelligence check. Someone wearing shoes made the tracks.
Cool. So it's not like it's not a hippie, basically.
I resemble that remark.
with shoes, that's just...
Okay. So it's a person, probably. So let's go and find this person, I'd say.
Give me 1 second.
We've come in here at the recommendation of a madman, and we'll find whoever lives in the house we've broken into. So,
Yes.
well, I got nothing better to do, friend.
Should I play my bagpipes as we walk down the corridor to try and give them some?
You could, replies Kuspero.
Yeah.
However, you might get, mysteriously stabbed out of nowhere. I'm not
Perhaps by one of the party members.
You know, what weirder things have happened at sea, you know.
That is an appropriate pun, and also kind of appropriate. Yeah, so who's going first? Because it's not me.
I'll
Oh.
go first.
Blow it. Oh, okay. If you wish, my lady, by all means, lead the way. Says Kuspero. Which way are we going, fearless leader?
But we follow the track.
Which tracks are you following?
So the one we were following so from the entrance, I think we went west,
You're going west, okay?
and then we kept following those ones.
Alrighty then. So you go down narrow corridor. There are old paintings hanging askew on the walls, as well as more signs of just neglect and abandonment. Floorboards sticking up out of the beneath you, ripped carpet, cobwebs just everywhere, dust just assaults your nostrils with every breath. As you go down the corridor, you find there are doors leading into rooms left and right, and at the far end of the corridor is another door leading into another room. They are all closed, however.
I'd go anywhere. Was there on like any clue, I guess, like photo or how do you call them? Those family trees embroidery on the walls.
Unfortunately not, no. Any paintings have long ago rotted, and just
Fair.
anything that was in the frame has just disintegrated.
Well, like any video games, you never go right, so I'll go left and check the trap on the left. On the left door.
Left door? Okay.
I mean, the logic checks out. That is normally the easiest path.
We're supposed to see a map at that point or not? Not yet.
You'll see a map as soon as you
Okay.
are dropped into combat and have to roll initiative.
Okay, so I'll check and I'll, like the entrance, I'll go slowly and try not to make noise when I open the door.
Okay, you open the door. As you look inside, you can see through the windows in the shutters are letting in rays of dawn lights that are creeping up as the sun creeps up above the horizon. And you can see quite clearly that this is some sort of library. There are bookcases lining the walls, filled with old tomes. What would you like to do?
Is there anything? By that point, it's just me in the room. Right?
Well, you're poking your head in. Would you like to go into the room and have everyone else follow you in, or?
Yeah, try not to touch the ray of light or whatever that is. Is there anything weird, like candles still lit?
Hold on 1 second. I just need to get myself a handout from the thingybob. Okay. So yeah, you walk in and there are bookshelves lining the walls. Most of the shelves are broken. In many places they've come away from the wall. There's a pile of books in the southwest corner, however. Most of the shelves lie empty.
Approach.
You walk into the room with gentle steps. You find a book of a pile of books are stacked up, about 14 books high, in the corner, covered in cobwebs. There's signs of vermin droppings scattered around them, and everything seems to have a layer of mould upon it. They seem pretty much ruined, but they're still legible. As you look through the books, most of them are kind of not really of much importance at all, but some of them seem noteworthy. You find a book upon the magical properties of gemstones by the Archmage Tenser, a book entitled The Magical Properties of Herbs and Flowers, again by the Archmage Tenser, and a book entitled The Metaphysics of Mathematics by the Mage Nistol. And I'd like you to make me an intelligence check there, Jen. 22, yeah. You quickly appraise the books and figure that to the right buyer, you could probably get about 7 gold pieces for each of them.
Yeah, put them a 5.
Cool. Books.
Any, just to make it less spooky, any, like, not chandelier, how do you call them? Those candles.
A candlestick?
I'd like it.
Yeah, you find there is a writing / reading desk in a corner of the room with a old candlestick upon it, made from copper, and there is indeed a candle, like barely the stub of one, but it'll provide some illumination for a little while.
Okay, I'm not going to lit it just now, but I might keep it in my hand just in case it gets too dark for me to advance or something.
Okay. So you walk back out into the corridor after snatching those books, and you re-emerge to find your friends waiting in the corridor for you. Probably jumping at their own shadows by this point, maybe. Well, Kuspero isn't. Kuspero is a hardened veteran of many a war, and is, at this point, probably still quite drunk from the tavern, so he doesn't care so much. All he cares about is finding another bottle of wine.
I'm horrified by the poor quality of the wood.
Well, should you say that at one point the wood was of very fine quality. It's just that the ravages of time have rotted it, and given its sea adjacent location, the salt water in the air has done a number on it. How would you like to proceed?
See, very mysterious, and still go back in the corridor and go across to the next room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure to blow Salty this.
So, Salty, you open the door, and inside you see it's some sort of study, some sort of work area for, you presume, what was once the man of the house.
Can I see any name or if there's letter, like the bottom letters, is there anything?
You see against the wall under the windows sits a large wooden writing desk. A bureau, if you know what one of those is, kind of has some drawers in it and a lid which you can pull down, which turns into a surface for writing on. And yeah, it seems that it's partially broken, riddled with damp and rotten woodworm. Apart from that, there's not much of note in this room. So you go into the room. Anyone else following in behind her?
Yeah, I'll follow.
So Deuce walks into the room behind you. Kuspero waits outside the door, And he's like, "Is there any wine in there? I'm starting to sober up."
I'd like to do an investigation check to see if the old man had maybe he had a secret stash while he's.
Okay, so you walk up to the desk. Make me an investigation check.
16.
Okay, so you run your hands underneath the drawers. You find that the main drawer that you can see is locked. But however, after running your hands underneath the grain of the wood, you find a seam that doesn't seem to fit, and you push into it slightly and find that you can pull out a little secret compartment in the desk itself. And inside you find a little bundle wrapped in cloth.
Well, that sounds dodgy.
Definitely open it, 'cause I'm curious.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you unfold the wrapping from the bundle, you find inside there are 2 little glass bottles which have written in common quite plainly, it says potion of healing.
Well, that's less creepy than I expected.
You can add 2 doses of potion of healing to your inventory.
That's terribly convenient.
Yeah, it's nice that this haunted mansion just happens to have all this nice stuff just lying about, really.
There's also a still 1 drawer left unopened, but as you rattled the handle, you found that it was locked.
Can I try to bash it open?
No, I mean, I've got a burglar's pack and stuff.
Jen does indeed have thieves' tools.
Okay.
Salty rather has thieves' tools.
Probably better than just, smashing it open with, as I was planning to do, my loot. That might not have been a great idea. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, Jen, make me a dexterity check, adding your proficiency for thieves' tools.
Oh.
And then
A natural 1.
that's fine, isn't it?
I guess I'm bashing it open then.
Yeah, as you do so, you manage to somehow jam the mechanism so badly that there's no chance that you'd be able to open it with a second attempt.
Right, I never used one, but just on a D&D question, do I keep my burglar's pack, or is that destroyed by trying once?
No. You still keep it. I could have say you broke your thieves' tools on a natural 1, but I decided to be merciful and say you broke the lock. Beyond any point of being able to open it by normal means. Even if you had the key.
Well, I'll turn around and just say, well, look at that. I may have stuck my bobby pin in there.
What are you going to do next?
I mean, there is nothing. What do you guys think?
Can I, am I aware of what's going on there?
I mean, did you stick your head inside?
Yeah.
I mean, you're all like relatively close to each other, so it's not difficult to, it's not unreasonable to think that you might be aware of what's going on.
Okay, then, well, I've got just the trick for a broken lock like this. I make my way over to the lock itself, open up my hip flask of water, and use shape water to direct it inside and freeze it in place over the, inside the lock. Fragile, and then motion for Deuce to try and break it open with the lock being more fragile from the us.
Okay.
That is a better plan than just hitting it, I guess.
I look at you, very pissed off. So you were smart on that one.
So you want to make a bash attack on the lock? I'll say I'll give you advantage on it because you've had assistance from Drift freezing the lock to sub-zero temperatures.
Okay, would that just be a strength check?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, the wood is pretty fragile from the ravages of time anywho, so you just give it a good old smack and the desk pretty much falls apart and you can get inside the drawer.
Let's have a look inside.
Inside the drawer you find a bunch of old, faded and decaying old documents, all written in common. You have a flick through them and they appear to be their receipts for various chemicals and laboratory equipment. That's it.
Well, they might be a clue, so I guess I'll hold on to them.
Okie dokie. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there anything else of note in this room?
there's nothing else that catches your eye in this room.
Absolutely nothing. Okay, let's try the next one.
Carry on the corridor.
Give me a second. Okay. You go into this room and you see that it's like a living room. So there's like a sofa, chairs, little desk. It's all just as run down as any other room that you've come across so far. So, and as you walk into the room, are you following the tracks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Are they going into this room?
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When you follow the tracks, you find in the floor, the tracks stop at what appears to be a trap door. You wouldn't have noticed it had you not been following the tracks, though, themselves. It's quite well hidden to the if you're not looking for it.
At the door, the door trap, or is that like a line in the corridor, or what?
Sorry, Jen?
Right, what is the trap exactly? Is that the trap?
It's not a trap, it's a trap door.
Can we open? Okay, cool.
It's a trap door leading to...
I mean, I can try my skills again. Can a burger's pack deactivate it? Or?
No, Jen, as I was saying, it's not a trap, it's a trap door. Like, it's like a door in the floor leading to something below.
Your name comes from the idea of opening up
Oh,
beneath
okay.
you.
Okay, fair and bait. That was just me being too French. Okay. A trap door is not trap. I got it.
That's a very specific problem to have there. Yeah, so do the tracks just suddenly end at this trapdoor?
They do.
Okay, let's
open it.
follow it.
As you take a few steps towards the trap door, from out of nowhere you hear, "Welcome, fools! Welcome to your deaths!"
Sounds legit.
Door was trapped.
And I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Great. Great roll, guys. Well done.
Okay, so you're all quaking in your boots. I need to make one for Kuspero as well. Kuspero. So changes.
Wait, the average of those 3 rolls was 6. That means it's 666, which means there's the devil here.
Oh no, the number of the beast. Wisdom.
Is that Satan calling us from?
Okay, so Kuspero rolls 21. He's like, what's wrong with you lot? He just I don't know.
Stuff.
Amateurs. You're all frightened, and for the next hour, you are at a disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh my word. What?
Make me a. See, no, you're all staring at it though. What would you like to do next?
So then,
Ask the voice
seeing
that's
the
coming.
red eyes, and I think I'll carry on and open the trap door.
Okay, make me a perception check, please.
Can we ask the voice that's coming from there very nicely, not to hurt us?
13.
Okay. As you reach down to lift up the trapdoor, you notice that in the grain of the wood, like where there's like a knot, it's almost as if the shape of the knot in the wood grain forms that of a mouth, and it was that was speaking to you in that ominous voice.
Well, nope. We're not going there.
Let's go back. Let's go back, guys. This is too scary.
I'm doing my quarter stuff and see what's going on.
Sorry?
I poke it just with my quarter staff. Just see.
As you tap it again, the voice repeats itself in exactly the same cadence and timbre.
Someone has found a mysterious mouth in this wood,
and
the first thing you do is poke it.
And I'd like you to make me an Arcana check, please, there, Ben.
Okay. Well, shit.
It's a weird mouth in the wood telling you to welcoming you to your doom, and that's all you know.
It's gonna be spooks. I'm gonna smash it.
You smack the...
You, like,
And every time you do it, you're like... Every time you hit it with your staff, it repeats itself, and it kind of like gets into a sort of like a rhythm as like when someone's like scratching on a desk, like, welcome to your doom.
So you just smashed that mouth.
Welcome to your doom.
bad omens.
I mean, yeah, that's not great. Should we go a bit further down? See what's there?
Is there like a tell if there's like the wood is used because so many people walked on it? Like it's like a
Like worn down.
yeah, or like dust, quite a lot of dust. So it means it's just there to scare people, but then plenty of.
Well,
people-
make me an investigation check.
16.
Huh?
16.
16. Yeah, you can definitely tell that there is, like, less dust on this trapdoor than in other parts of the room, like it's been disturbed more recently than other parts of the room?
I'm not convinced, but I'll attempt to open the door.
You lift up the trapdoor,
Yes.
you throw it back,
Welcome to your dude.
and you see there are stairs underneath.
Oh. Is it going down as well?
It is going down. It would be a magical feat of metaphysics if the trapdoor in the floor somehow led upwards, Jen.
It could be like from the ceiling. I love it thing again.
It's like something by Escher in that case.
Rob, can I light a candle and just chuck it down and see if it like lights the way down there?
Oh yeah, I've got one.
You light a candle, you chuck it, and as it tumbles down the stairs, the wick is extinguished because it's a candle.
I thought maybe I could use it like a flare or something.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Juice with just pure, just in. How? And pull an actual torch from my bag, light it and hand it.
Okay, guys, it's been just over an hour now. We are on the hour mark. I need the little boy's room. The tea's gone straight through me. I suggest we all take this opportunity to excavate our bladders in case, so we're not all like dropping off at different points during the thing. I'm also going to make another cup of tea, which means I'll need to go again another hour, but that's besides the point.
I haven't thought this through.
Thank you, everyone watching. For getting involved in the chat. I'm seeing some very hilarious comments here, but I can't reveal them to you guys. You guys are getting mocked a little a bit, but it's all in good fun.
See. Fun.
But they're having fun, you know. But we're going to take a quick 5-minute break for me to do my business and make another cup of tea. I'll see you all very soon. Okay, so last I remember, Ben, you lit a torch from your pack.
Yes, and hand it to Juice.
Juice has a torch.
I think it's all a candle down there, not that he was actually holding a torch.
And Kuspero's like, oh, if you're going to do something, just do it and get it over with. Psst.
Well, taking that piece of advice, I then head down the trapdoor.
Okay, so you walk down the trapdoor. You're going in front, hey, Drift?
Yep, smart ideas all around.
Well, I mean, given that you just gave me the torch, shouldn't I go first, or should I just hand you back the torch?
Yes, let's just battle that.
Do you?
You have the torch, and then you just walk down into this dark corridor on your own. Yeah, so do you want the torch back? I say to you.
Yeah, go on.
I'd hand it back to you, because that was... I hadn't thought that through, really, had you?
No, I have a fairly low intelligence stat.
What, in real life? Anyway, yeah, so down we go.
Give me 1 second, just need to check something. Okay, so you're walking down some dusty stairs through this secret passage, down deeper underneath the Saltmarsh mansion. So you're going with Drift in front, or which one? Sorry, who's in front?
Yeah, Drift's going first because he wanted to, and I hand him back the torch because
Big brain.
because Ben had a bit of a brain fart and just didn't connect the two things that he'd just done. So yeah, he's going first.
Great.
Good job.
As you walk downstairs, you are greeted with the sight of a large room. More long than it is wide. This torchlit chamber was once a large cellar, but it appears it has been since converted into living quarters. You see 10 crude beds stand along the south wall, each with a wooden locker at its foot. A long wooden trestle table ringed by rickety stools dominates the centre of the room. Metal cutlery, cups and dirty plates sit atop the table, with the remains of what appears to be recently consumed food. A cook stove is installed near the table, and evidence of recently cooked meals sits atop it. A large ham hangs from a loop of twine near that said stove. You come down a sturdy set of stairs that leads to the trapdoor room on the floor above, and there are 2 wooden doors you can see on the east side of the room.
This area looks well lived in.
Should do the cellar. I felt very. Oh, no. Since a place for wine to stay in peace forever. Investigation? Like, is there anyone in this room? Can we see enough of the room?
Make me a perception check there, Jen.
Whoop. That's not one more. Perception. Am I blind? Yes. 13.
Give me 1 second. Boys, Drift and Deuce, I would also like you to make perception checks, as I'm guessing you are on high alert right now.
Fantastic.
Torch that helps for perception for Drift.
Wish I kept that now, really.
What did you get?
I got 16.
You got a 16. Deuce got a 9. And Jen got a...
Perception.
Right. Give me 2 seconds, because I need to make some rolls myself.
I wanted to grab that ham.
All in due time. That ham isn't going anywhere. It's not a phantom ham. I'm going to use my purple, my colour-changing dice from D&D WoW to get this job done.
Shameless plugs. Yeah.
Shameless plugs. Gotta make the bacon somehow.
A little bit of weight that he's just tied to the one, so it always rolls.
Shush.
And D&D sponsored by tobacco.
No. Ben, no. Do it.
We're gonna end up blurring you all the time.
Yeah. I might just put Ben on mute now and just turn his volume
6
all the
11.
way down.
Okay, so you don't notice this as you walk down the steps, Deuce/Alex. Perhaps the torchlight has ruined your dark vision or something, or you're just drawn to the flames for some, like you're mesmerized by them for some reason. However,
I was too busy daydreaming about, all those gigs and what to do once we get out of here. It's for my adoring fans.
However, Jen and Ben, you see that quite well hidden, but not so hidden that your keen eyes don't notice them. Behind one of the pallets, the beds along one side of the wall, and just behind the dining table, there appear to be two figures lying in wait, trying to remain hidden.
Can I put my, because Drift is probably visible with his torch, can I put like an arm where Deuce is, and we push ourselves against the wall to try to remain in the shadow? Is that a thing that we can do?
Yeah, as you flatten yourselves against the wall.
It's just to remain in shadow.
Okay, make me stealth checks.
Right out loud.
That's 9.
That's 8 for me.
Right, okie dokie.
Well, we're not that stealthy about it.
Apparently not.
No. I guess as I lower myself against the wall, I like sit on my bagpipes or something, and then the noise jumps out. It's something like that.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
Oh man.
I'm going to bring us to the battle map, and I'm going to, first of all, going to have to put the fog of war onto this screen that I'm at right now. Give me 2 seconds on that.
You just roll initiative for nothing.
Good job, guys.
Well done.
Very smart.
That was a big brain move right there. Just
Well, how's that joke go? All men share one big brain, and we have to take.
yeah,
Okay,
just some of us don't get as much time with it as others.
Just remind me of the marching order. It was Drift first. Drift was going down first. Token layer, there we go. What the hell? Bring Drift up to token layer, there we go. Who was after Drift?
I was first, I was 16.
You were first? You were in front, were you?
And Boots with 10.
No, but who was going in front of everyone? It was Drift, wasn't it?
Ah, that's Drift.
Okay.
Then me, then Deuce, I think.
And then Caduceus, and then Kuspero lagging behind like because he's just rather bored at this point.
Looking at pictures in the walls somewhere.
He's looking for more mouths. Just like ingrained
Looking for
in.
Buckle in one of those 2 rooms.
So Deuce afterwards, then Salty, then Kuspero. Okay, so as Jen tells you all to flatten yourselves against the wall, you can hear from ahead of you there's some sort of someone's been alerted to your presence, and they immediately fire off into the shadows in your general direction. I'm going to say that they're going to do so at disadvantage because you've flattened yourselves against the wall, making yourselves harder to hit, as if you had thrown yourself prone on the floor. As they do so, they reveal themselves, their positions to you, and hiding behind the objects in the room. Oh, come on, stop. There we go. This character here. Oh wait, you're not even. I haven't brought you over to this page yet, have I?
No.
Sorry, you can't see a thing yet. Boom. Right, here we are. We're all in the revealed area.
Oh, I need to roll. Is it blur? What is it blur?
Sorry?
That's it.
There is a portion of the map that's mostly blacked out, but there is an area that you're in right now that I have used the reveal tool to remove the fog of war.
Okay.
So you should be able to see where you are now in relation to everyone else in the room. And you can see there's your average bandit type character is hiding behind a table. And there's also a more gangly looking scouts type character, for want of a better word. And they have their ranged weapons and they're taking pop shots at you before you can even react. So that is going to shoot at you, Drift, because you're all in front.
No.
What was that?
Grumbles.
You're grumbling.
You know, I shouldn't like being shot.
Why am I not getting the... Oh, I'm not holding Alt, that's why. I was holding Control. Okay, he takes a pop at you. What the hell? Oh, it's rolling at advantage, as usual. I hate it when it does that. Just so I don't have to go in and just change all the macros, I'm just going to roll a regular dice instead of rolling the digital dice.
Okay.
+3. So Drift, at disadvantage, it rolls a 19 and it rolls a 16. Does that hit you? What's your armor class?
Yeah, the 16.
Okay, unfortunately you take a d8 damage. +3. You take 5 points of piercing damage as a crossbow bolt, bang, slams into your side.
Love being on half health.
It's great being level 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
If your DM do not buy those dice, you will destroy your DM in everyone.
And the second one shoots into the darkness. I'm going to say it shoots at... Well, it has to shoot at Ben, really, because you're in front. And that's a highest of +4, highest of 12. Does a 12 hit you, Ben? Okay, so the arrow basically thuds into the wooden frame of the stairs beside you and goes... And with that, we go to the first round of combat after their surprise attack. So what were your initiative rolls, sorry?
So I rolled a 10.
10. In fact, if you'll click on your tokens and roll initiative again, it'll go straight into the initiative tracker and I'll alter them to... No, you have to select your token first, guys. And then click on initiative on your character sheet. Oh, that's probably because I haven't assigned your tokens yet. Nope, that's why. Sorry. Drift. Wood. There we go. HP. AC. There we go. Save changes. Bam. Deuce Brickinson. HP. AC. Okay, that's assigned. Save changes. Salty. Sorry guys, I should have prepped this ahead of time, I forgot. And Kuspero.
The rules before that was there.
Well, I'll take your first roll and I'll change them manually. Not a problem. Alright then, Ben, what was your first roll?
I already changed it to that. I rolled 13 first, so
Okay.
either way.
Alex, what was your first roll?
That was a 6.
You got, first it was a 6, okay.
Yeah.
Jen, what was your first initiative roll?
16.
16, that's pretty cool. And I haven't rolled for Kuspero yet. Initiative. Bam. And he gets a grand 8. So 16. And I have to roll for the enemies. Okay, okay then. I'll rearrange these in descending order. So the first to make their move in this round of combat is Sal T. What would you like to do, Sal?
Am I hidden or not?
That's a question only you can answer. Remember, as a rogue, you can take the dash action or the disengage action as a bonus action on your turn. So you can move extra fast or get out of danger as a bonus action. I'm going to change the music now. We're in a fighting mood now. Music, power.
Here, is it like a table or something?
Hold on. Where's the... Stop that music, and now I'm going to go into... That's more like it. Turn it down a bit though. So you're going to run over to there, are you?
What is it?
That's like a table. There's like general furniture about the place. This has like the feel of a sort of a barracks sort of style arrangement of like beds, tables, and dining area. Okay, so you barge past your colleagues and you move from there to there. That'll take you...
30 exactly.
That's 25 foot for you.
Yeah. And then I'll pull my short bow and hit that guy.
You're gonna shoot that guy there? Cool.
Yeah.
Make me an attack roll.
Great.
Okay then. Yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. You can use the bonus action also to hide as well as a rogue.
Try as much as I can to...
Okay, so roll me a stealth check.
16.
16, okay, so let's say you duck under that table there. And for the moment, you are on a hide level of 16. So when it comes to their turn, if they're trying to hit you, they'll have to spot you first with a perception check. Excellent. Next, Ben, what would you like to do? Driftwood steps up to the plate.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to charge forward and try and smack this guy who shot me over the head with my quarterstaff while casting Shillelagh.
Okay, so as you run up, your eyes glow, and there seems to be like the energy from your hands like travels across the length of your quarterstaff and imbues it with magical fortitude. Hold on 1 second. Just want to check the ranges there. 30 foot. You've got a 30 foot movement speed, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that's fine. Did you roll at advantage there?
No.
I don't see the dice. Hold on.
It's not 20.
Oh, that's
Not
because I've
20,
got that.
Plus 5.
Yikes, yeah, that's a crit. So as you run up, you're like foaming at the mouth, your like furball, like adrenaline pumping through your veins. You smack him over the head with your shillelagh, crack! So that is a total of... Oh, you're using it two-handed as well, it would appear.
No, it's a Shillelagh's magical weapon. It replaced that's the quarterstaff with.
Oh, I thought it just makes you roll at with your wisdom score rather than your... That's cool. But why? Did you roll damage already or what?
Yeah, if you see in the chat, I set it up so it actually my spells basically when I click them, they just do the whole calculation automatically. So
Okay.
if you see in the chat, it said I did 11 damage plus 4.
Oh, 15 damage. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah, okay. Okie doke. That's nice. So as you run up to him and you just almost like doing a little like baseball bat swing at his head with your quarterstaff, his head just like swings around, his neck breaks, and he crumples to the ground in a heap, gurgling as he breathes his last. He's dead. He is straight up murked.
Say hello.
Let me just check. Yeah, that is yeah, he is on 0, and that means that I get to. This is the first time I'm ever going to use this in a game. Oh, that was satisfying.
Blessings with me today.
So yeah, he is not gonna pose a problem anymore. I remove him from the initiative track, which is good because he would have gone next. Next is Kuspero. Kuspero runs into the room. 1, 2, and unfortunately, since he's so far behind, he's gonna have to just dash as he hears the prospect of a fight. He's like suddenly emboldened and he's piqued his interest a bit more. Let's have a look at the distance he'd have to get to a frickin'... Okay, well, he's going to take his dash action, and he's just going to sprint as fast as he can towards the other assailant in the corner of the room. He just runs up to them over here. Get that turn tracker out of the way. Excellent. So that's his move for this go. Alex, it's your turn. No, wait, sorry. Scout goes before you. You rolled rubbish. Scout, as Kuspero piles down on top of him, has to discard his bow, draws his short sword, and attempts to skewer Kuspero upon the end of it as he charges in. And that is +4 to hit. Nope. He attempts to swing his short sword, but Kuspero, being a hardened military veteran, just bats it aside with his buckler shield and laughs in his face. Now, Deuce Brookinson, this is your turn.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to... That's the limit of my range, so I can't actually hit him. But I can use Vicious Mockery, as I often do.
Oh, excellent. What are you going to say to him?
I call him... I mean, just because of the fact that they both ambushed us from the shadows without, committing to a stand-up fight, I basically just call them, call the last one alive, a white-livered coward.
White-livered coward.
Yeah, mocked them for not, coming out and facing us like men. So, yeah.
All right, then. So...
Oh, vicious, sorry, no, Don't roll damage yet.
I have to roll for a wisdom saving throw, I believe, first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Roll
Oh,
to
not
make-
advantage again. Okay, I'll take the first roll because it doesn't have advantage. And that is a 10, so it fails.
Okay, so
Roll me a d4 damage. Okay, so
maximum damage.
of course, you insult it so hard, some like the blood, it's like veins pop out the side of his head and something like bursts inside its cranium, and its eyes are all bloodshot from the sheer psychic assault of that cutting insult.
Being called a coward, basically.
But as you say, like white-livered coward, your voice takes on like a arcane like quality to it. It's not just shouting. There's like an edge to the sound that you make that somehow causes them harm.
Basically, death metal screamer in their face.
Yeah. So it's going to be, they're going to have disadvantage on their next attack.
Yeah.
However, top of the round, we go back to Salty.
Okay.
Rob, I deleted myself by accident.
Well done, Ben.
Fuck's sake, Ben.
What was your, I forget, you were after Salty, you were on 13, weren't you? Just roll the initiative dice again, and I'll alter the score to what you had before. Yeah, good thing too as well. No, you have to select your token while you do that, Ben.
I deleted my token.
Oh, you deleted your token! Oh, sorry, Ben, you've gone to another dimension, a hell dimension, where you shall be forever molested by the elder gods, with their tentacly appendages. No. What do I...
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Where is it? Driftwood. And you were over here, weren't you? There you are.
Yep, that was me, sorry.
Reassign. Drift. HP. Okay, done. Alright, now select your token and roll initiative. And you were on 13 before. Okay then. Reassign. Descending order. Excellent. Right. Back to the top of the round now that we've cleared that up. Sal, what would you like to do?
Yeah, great.
Can I go there?
I mean,
5.
if you want to, I'd say you'd have to make an athletics.
15.
I mean, you can just do that instead,
I
yeah.
want to round.
If you go around, yep, that's fine. You definitely have enough movement to make that. What would you like to do?
I would like to... what does that person look like? Like they're in pain or whatever?
They're definitely in pain.
I'd like to integrate the person, so maybe capture the person.
You want to capture them? Okay, so you want to what? Grapple them?
Capture a human.
How would you like to capture them?
By throwing a white and red ball onto their face.
I was just saying.
What? Oh, right, yeah, a Pokeball.
Then we catch a bunch of them and we force them to fight each other.
One of these things.
Exactly. I'd like to. I mean, I have this screen, but surely that can't do. I'll take the. Is that beds? I can see at the bottom.
Pardon?
Is that beds at the bottom of the screen that we can see?
A bed? There are many beds. There are like 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
I'll take a sheet and then capture it with it.
Okay.
Like around. Like, not
How am I going? So you're going to try and throw the sheet over them, yeah?
not over them because okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you throw the sheet over their head. Make me a attack roll, straight dexterity, because I don't think you have proficiency in bed sheets. Now, unfortunately, you fling the sheet up and it just kind of like drifts harmlessly down to the ground. Doesn't go over the your intended target. Next, Drift, what would you like to do?
So, the person that Jen just tried to somehow capture, they actually just free, able to move around, you know, kick the shit out.
Pardon?
Are they? Oh, sorry, I think I missed a bit. Are they actually still free moving? You know,
They're back. Got their back to the wall, but they could try and extricate themselves if they wanted.
Okay. No, I take just a regular swing at them. But no, I can't do that unless I'm dismissed. What do you call it when you try and knock someone out rather than?
That's called subduing.
Yeah, subdue. I attack to subdue with my quarterstaff.
Okie dokie. So you walk over. Where'd you go? Where'd you move to? Right. Okay. Well, they are right. Got their backs to the wall now. Make an attack roll. Oh, it just started pissing it down outside. 15 attack. Yep, you hit. For 8 bludgeoning. So you, like, smack them in the face with the butt of your staff, and there's, like, a spray of blood from their lips, and a tooth goes tumbling across the stone floor. But they look back to you with in fury and have not been knocked unconscious just yet. Let me just look at one thing. Seeing that there's no chance of escape, your unnamed assailant is going to take the dash action rather, and is going to make a run for the west side of the room. So he's going to start moving in this direction. I need you to make me... Okay, so you can all make... Actually, no, first of all, wait a minute. Let me just check one thing. Okay, make it... Snap to center. 35. What's a scout's movement? Let's have a look at his movement here. 30 foot, no, so it would have to run. So it's going to take the dash action. It starts dashing over here. So Ben, you get an attack of opportunity first.
Okie doke.
That's a miss. Kuspero gets an attack of opportunity. Rapier. Rolls a nat 1, and he basically, as he lunges for the scout, as the scout like clambers over the beds and starts jumping from one to the next, he loses his footing and he falls prone on the bed. And he's like got his face in the pillow, and he just lets out a long resigned, depressed sigh. He's just like, this is my life now. Jen, you get an attack of opportunity.
On the floor, just there.
Sorry?
It's probably from my bed sheet.
Yeah, he might have slipped up on the bed sheet.
Maybe he tripped on the candle I threw down here earlier. It just rolls back.
Nice.
Okay, Jen, you get an attack of opportunity. Would you like to attack them?
Well, to knock them unconscious, I guess.
I mean, you could try an unarmed strike, if you want.
Yeah.
What else? Have you got anything else that you might be able to, you know, bludgeon them over the back of the head with as they run away?
Try, since they're on the bed, I can try to move it as they're trying to sprint, and then see if they would lose balance and fall on their asses.
I mean, within the rules, the only thing you can do with an attack of opportunity is make a melee attack.
I see. Well, just punch him in the face.
Okay, roll me for an unarmed strike. That's a straight strength attack.
Oh, great. My favorite. Oh, 1.
Unfortunately, no. You just let out a like, because fist fights are not exactly your chosen method of combat. And
He stroked him lightly on the shoulder as he runs away.
Oh, God.
yeah, the scout type character runs like hell for leather all the way to the end of the corridor here, where there is a barred door, and as they're walking up to it, there's something from behind the door that's trying to beat its way out, but the block of wood that's barring the door is preventing them from getting out, but puffs of dust like fall from the door frame as something on the other side bashes against it, and the scout, like desperate and with maddening madness in its eyes, lifts the bar quickly from the door, and the door bursts open and something shambles into the room from beyond. Make me all a perception check. As you,
That's a bit loud.
Great.
Kuspero can do the same as well.
I think I'm having matched dice with Trey, I think.
Perception.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, that's it. So 2 failures, 2 successes, and as it steps out through the doorway, Kuspero just goes, "Oh great, the undead. This day just keeps getting better and better." And a skeleton steps out through the doorway. The scout that you attacked just cowering in the corner, trying to make itself seem really small, hoping that it doesn't turn its attention towards it.
So you could say what we're about to partake in is a dance of death. Little,
Can we
Yeah.
attempt to move before they do, or is that... Are we still in...
I'm gonna make initiative rolls for all these guys, because they're just entering the fray. Oops. That's wrong. Yep, that's right. That's a lot of initiative rolls coming your way.
Well, no.
I think I can stop here.
Wish I could.
Oh dear, that's a couple of them then.
So 3 skeletons come bursting out from the room and start shambling towards you. Luckily, I believe they have a speed of 30 foot. So that one who was on that side comes from there and goes. Where's my? Take the rangefinder. Managed to get as far as here.
Going over the beds and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they won't be able to climb over the beds. So it goes over to here instead. Because I do believe it's in range. Yep, just in range, Jem. Skeleton comes shambling over to you and takes a swing at you with a really rusted old, nasty looking scimitar.
Hope I just hitting the shots.
Nope, short sword, sorry, different. Oh, and as it does so, it swings so hard, its arm comes free of its socket, and its arm, and it's still clutching the sword. The skeleton's arm skitters across the stone floor, and it's standing there, like, looking rather, well, if it could have an expression, it would be dumbstruck, but it's just a freaking skeleton and has no facial muscles, so.
Does its jaw also drop?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Okay, so it's going to be making unarmed attacks from now on, unless it picks up his sword. Oh god, I didn't mean that pun. Oh god, even when I'm... Alrighty then, next is another skeleton from behind it. Which one is that? So it has to go 5 foot to there, and then from there it has to go another 25 foot so it can get to there. Doosh. Another skeleton comes shambling into the room. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over to there. This one. That's it. And then, Sal, it's your turn.
Ooh.
Remember, you can, if you want to disengage, you can take that as a bonus action.
So is that a bonus action and I don't get an attack?
Of opportunity, that's correct, yeah.
Okay. I will
Okay, you're going over there, cool.
yeah. Well, actually, I'll try and strike him first. Can I do that? And then disengage?
Yeah, you can hit him then run. Totally hit and run.
I'll rapier through his skull.
Okay.
And then see if I can hit, and then I'll try and hide behind the table for that.
Cool, make an attack roll.
Just roll, roll 1d20. Oh man.
Nope.
Okay, fine.
You shove your rapier like through his jaw, and it comes out through the back of the skull, but it hasn't actually pierced through the skull itself. It's just gone through the empty space. And then you draw it back out again and run away.
Okay, yeah, and then I can't. I can't. really hide, can I? Because I've used my bonus action to disengage.
Yeah, you won't be able to hide, unfortunately. But, you know, you put some distance between them and you, and
Yep.
hopefully they'll go for your friends rather than attack you. So, like in true rogue fashion, you put your the bodies of the other party in the way. So next is, how did I roll? Initiative for all the skeletons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's the
Oh, never
wrong.
mind, there's
That's the
5
wrong
missing,
skeleton. Da da da.
So many skeletons.
Yeah, I did roll for all of them. So next is Drift.
Okay, well, I plan my authority move. Move back to here.
Oh, okay.
Where's one of the? Alright, okay, that. So, and I cast
Entanglement.
That's a 20.
So where are you casting it?
There, with the green block, you should be able to see.
The green glockenspiel. Okay, I forget how that works. I need to make some sort of save, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be DC. They've got to make a strength check exceeding DC 13. Or
DC 13 strength.
Tangled.
Okay. Gotcha.
And the area they're standing on turns into difficult.
Difficult terrain. Okay, so that's a 4 for the first one, because I'm not rolling at advantage. That's 12 for the second one. And lastly, are any of them going to save at all? 12 for the second one as well, so all 3 of them. The vines spring out from the cracks in the floor, and oh, Ben, don't do that. Just wrap around the skeletons, going through in and out through the rib cage and up through their mouths, and just holding them firmly in place. Does that do any damage? I forget.
It's restrained.
Just restrained, yeah.
And the only thing they can do on their turns is to then make a strength check. It's got to exceed the DC 13 to become others.
Okay. Right then. That means it's now the skeletons who have yet to do anything. So this one here goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's difficult terrain, you say, now. Which means that they're at half movement, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. I believe that's what it means. Let me just check something. Cool. I'm such a great DM, I've forgotten how difficult terrain works. There we go. Yeah, so basically it costs double the amount to move through. 1 foot equals 2 foot, etc., etc. So that costs him 5, 10, 15 of normal movement. And that leaves him with 15 left, so I can't exactly halve 15 feet to 7.5 feet on a grid, so I'm just going to say he stops at the edge of the briars. Boop. That was him, right? Yep. And next skeleton is that one. He goes 10, 5, 10, and then 20 movement. That means he has 10 more movement. He moves into the briars here, trying to push his way through. Just like you hear its bony teeth clattering together as it's hacking away with its sword, trying to clear a path through the mass of thorny foliage. And then Kuspero, like, steps off the bed, picks himself up, steps off the bed, and just starts stabbing at the skeleton who's held in place by the thorny mass. And he's like, I hate the undead! Believe restrained. Okay, so he makes the attack with advantage. Da da da. Kuspero of House Gleam makes an attack at advantage. Either way is good. And as he shoves his rapier through the skeleton, for a whopping 8 piercing damage. Oh, wait a minute. Have I added his... No, I have not added... Okay, so there's a good feature on these character sheets called Global Damage Modifiers. If I check the damage modifier, it adds an extra 2 to all his attacks. But I have to add that retroactively now, so 10 damage total. And he just, like, hacks a massive chunk of bone out of the skeleton's, like severing several ribs, almost like biting into the spine, but not quite severing it. And that skeleton is well and truly hurt. If such a term could be applied to a animated skeleton. Right. This scout here is just going to... he's just cowering, crying, and hoping that it somehow ends soon. Actually, no. No, that would be too easy, wouldn't it? He's going to attempt to shoot his bow through all the briars and stuff and hit one of you guys. I'm going to say he's going to shoot at Kuspero. But it's going to give Kuspero a very large AC bonus, as if he had 3/4 cover, because the thorn mass is just so dense. Oh, bloody advantage. Well, Kuspero's AC is 16 normally. However, with the bonus for 3/4 cover, that would be about +4 or +5. So, nope, the arrow doesn't make it through, and it just somehow just gets stuck in one of the thorn growths. Next is Deuce. You're up, mate.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to go running into those vines, chasing after those skeletons, because, you know, that's silly. I'll just get myself tangled up. So, I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yes. Just for the fun of it. on that guy.
Let me have a look at the spell. I need to just have a quick look at Tasha's. Is it in your character sheet?
Yeah, well, I put it up on roll 20 here, so they must succeed in a wisdom saving throw.
I'm just trying to see whether or not a skeleton would be immune or not, since it's, you know, doesn't exactly have a psyche with which you can attack. But it doesn't appear to have any conditions that says that it doesn't, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Just this one here, yeah? The one at the front?
Yeah, just that guy.
Okay, cool. Wisdom saving throw for this skeleton here. Whizzy whiz. -1, because they suck at wisdom. And it rolls an 8. So there's like a... Beastman! You boob! And it just falls in a pile of bone. It just hangs limply in the thorn bush. Just it's like jaw chattering away.
That skeleton was already restrained, so now it's restrained and laughing its head off.
Oh yeah. No, it's not. It was before restrained. It is now incapacitated,
Yeah.
which is better than restrained. Okay.
Being restrained is how you want to be when you're incapacitated as well. You know, you don't want to be like flailing around, do you? I don't know.
Okay, so after Deuce is the very last skeleton, the one who was lagging behind over here, and goes 5, 10, 15, and then I say stops when he gets to the, no, he can take an extra, no, that's fine. Alright then, back to the top of the round, guys. Skeletons, skelly bones. This one here is to repeat its wisdom saving throw to see if it can shake off the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter. Another whizzy save. That's a 6, because we're not rolling advantage, and it fails, and he's just cackling away. Get them, you fools! He doesn't say that. Next is this skeleton. Yeah, is going to attempt a strength saving throw to free it from the thorn bush. First is an 11. What's your DC? 13, right? Okay, so he's still stuck in place. The next skeleton also does the same. And gets an 11, still stuck in place. Good job, Ben's bush. Ding dong. I did not mean it to come out like that, but there it is. Right. Next is Sal. What are you going to do, Sal? Jen, it's your turn.
Would I get sneak attack from here with a ranged weapon? Or do I need an attempt to sneak myself first?
Sneak attack. I believe... Can you sneak attack with ranged weapons? I thought it was only melee.
It's saying finesse or ranged weapon.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, sure. You can get a sneak attack on. I'm gonna say since they're like covered in like briars and held in place, it's more than easy for you to find a spot to pick the perfect shot. So yeah,
Okay.
you get sneak attack.
Cool.
Which one are you attacking?
This one.
You want to attack the one that's on
Or can I?
3 HP.
This one is probably.
Yeah, that one's close. Will be a straighter line to it.
Yeah, this one.
So make an attack. hit with advantage because they're restrained. Oof, nice.
Oopsie.
So roll me
18.
damage
18 up.
with
So
sneak
now
attack.
attack with your short bow, yeah?
Yep, it's not that's a, your short bow is a d6 plus your dexterity plus another d6. No, that's a d20, my dear.
Clicked on short bow though.
That's because you were okay. Never mind. Yeah, I see what happened. Just click on the word short bow in the chat box.
That's what it is.
No, in the chat where it says 8 and then short bow, click on
Yep.
short bow. Okay, so 6 piercing. Roll an extra d6 for me. 2. And what's your 8? What's your dexterity? Is what 15?
Do 1d6 sneak.
15. So so that's a total of 10 damage. The arrow goes thudding into its skull and just like breaks off half of it, like shearing clean through the frontal plate.
Nice.
And half the skeleton skull is left. Nicely done. It's on 3 HP as well. Drift, what are you going to do?
Well, I think I'll move over to Jen
Mm-hmm.
and I need a health potion because I'm at a stealth slots now, and probably at the lowest health out of all of us. So, yeah. So,
You're going to nag Salty for a health potion, yeah?
yeah.
That's your action. Well, go on, roleplay it out.
Silty. I'm bleeding here. Just pass one of those potions.
Tell me, our boat is the best boat ever. Okay, fine. I'll give it to him.
Is the best boat ever?
Okay, cool.
Give it to him.
And you give him the potion. And I'm going to say that you can drink it now as a bonus action. So roll a d4 and that's 2d4 plus 2 for a basic health potion. No, Ben, I'll show you a thing. If you go to the dice roller, go to the bottom of it where it says advanced dice roller. You can then tell it what kind of dice you want, how many, and what bonus to add. Do you see?
No, I'm not seeing.
On the left-hand side, where you've got the tools from top to bottom, if you bring out the drop-down menu for dice roller, go to advanced dice roller. There we go. So,
two dice, didn't.
but you could have had the bonus as well. Doesn't matter. We'll add the bonus in ourselves. So that's 3, 5. You get 5 points of health back. Back up to full. Very nice.
You can write it directly as well, like with a slash roll and then
Yeah, you can do that.
1 to 4 plus 4, and it'll do the math.
Okay, so I'll put your health back. Oh, you've done that. Cool. Excellent. Excellent. That's okay. So the skeleton over here is going to try and move. So he goes 10, 20, 30, and makes an attack at Kuspero. Just hacking through it all as he goes. Whoops, wrong one. Rolls an attack, short sword. Oh, bloody. That is a 16. It just beats Kuspero's AC. And he's like, ah! And like stabs at him with a really old, rusted and chipped short sword, doing him 4 piercing damage. And slashes up Kuspero's arm, and he's like, blood blast! And damn you! You hideous, rotting, decomposing cur. Okay, next is... Where's the... Stick tracker gone. So that's that one. This one goes 10, 20, 30 over to here. And this, and then... Who's next? Kuspero. Kuspero retaliates and attacks the one that he's... Just tries to finish off the skeleton in front of him as he gets his arm slashed up from the flank. Makes an attack at that guy with his rapier. 23. 4 damage. The skeleton that... Oh wait, he was at advantage anyway. Never mind. The skeleton that was laughing its head off just gets its head clean severed from its body, and it sails across the room, laughing all the while as it just spins end over end. And is dead. Well, it was undead, now it's just plain dead. Kuspero, Scouty McScout fires at Kuspero. And there's Longbow. Not at advantage. God damn. 16, but that would have made it if it weren't for the fact that Kuspero is mostly obscured by thorns and has a bonus to his AC for 3 quarters cover right now. Excellent. Deuce, what are you going to do, bruh?
Right, well, I guess it can't do any harm going over here, having a little slash at this guy.
Alright, cool. Draw your rapier. Shing! 12. Unfortunately, just misses.
Oh, man.
It kind of like dodges to the side somehow as you try to thrust at it, and your blade passes just like inside underneath the cavity where its rib cage is. Okay, next after that is Skelly at the back, who's going to try and wade through 10, 20, 30 over to here. How long? I forgot to ask. I forgot to make a note of how long your 1 minute of concentration. Okay, so we've got plenty. Like, you cast it like 2 rounds ago.
Yep.
So still got like 4 more rounds for it to stick around for. So back to the top of the round. Skelly over here is no more. Remove him from the initiative. Skelly over here is well, he's gonna move into his space. Bam. Get rid of Skelly. I'm just gonna delete him actually. Bam. And he pushes his way through and makes an attack at Kuspero. 15, no. Kuspero deflects the blow aside with his buckler shield and does no damage to him. Next is... Okay, Skelly at the back. He can't get round, he's kind of like pinned in on all sides, so he goes 10, 20, but now he can do his normal movement, and he goes, oh, he's going to run towards the foe that shot an arrow through his head, because he did not like it. But he's only got 10 foot left on his movement, so all he does is get to here. He's just like waving his arms about, like his little bones clacking together as they patter on the flagstones beneath. Next, Sal, it's your go.
will throw him in the face.
You're gonna shoot him in the face? Or stab him?
Shot him in the
Shoot him in the face, cool. Roll longbow attack. No, short bow, but whichever. A ranged attack. 10 plus 4, because you have proficiency and your dexterity, so that's 14. That hits. Roll damage.
Ah, balls. Not bad. 2. Plus 2, 4.
Yep, you managed to blow away what was left of his skull with your arrow.
That's not sneaked, right? Because he saw me.
No, yeah, he knows you're there. He sees it. He sees the arrow coming, but it still kills him, and he crumbles into a heap as the you do so much damage to him that whatever spell was animating him evaporates into the ether. And I'll just put a cross. Oh, actually, I'll just delete him. No, actually, no, I will put a cross on him. There we go. Okie dokie. Drift, you're up.
Okay. Don't quite want to lose concentration in my spell. I don't really have any ranged attacks I can find, so just gonna do distance. Well, I can probably throw a chair at one of these guys while still maintaining concentration, so...
Oh, come on, don't be a pussy. Get your hands dirty.
Okay. I charge right in.
That's more like it. Good boy. Have an inspiration point for taking my bait.
Okay, yeah, and I just swing my quarterstaff.
Yep, swing your
still
quarterstaff.
empowered by Shelley,
Shillelagh!
at this guy here.
Yeah, sure. 12! Unfortunately... Oh, wait, they're restrained, aren't they?
Yee.
I can't remember which ones were the original ones who got restrained and which weren't, to be honest with you. I think
Neither.
that... Ah, fuck it. You can have advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Because you need it, because you'll miss otherwise. I want you to hit it. So make another attack roll.
Yeah, he's doing it now.
So 10 plus...
Yeah, no, that works.
Your
plus
bow
5.
plus 5, so 15. Yeah, that hits. Roll me some damage.
Okay. So what damage for it is actually? It's 1d8 plus.
So D8 plus your wisdom modifier. Oh! Woof! You bring like your quarterstaff in a massive like overhead swing, bam, like that. And I'm gonna tell you, it does even more damage than you expected. You were expecting a good solid whack with this, but this thing absolutely just dusts this skeleton in one swing, as it appears that the blunt end of your quarterstaff was the right tool for the job in this situation, and the skeleton took twice as much damage as it normally would from anything else. So
Your watery grave.
So yeah, in total you did 8 plus 11. You did 22 damage to that thing. So them old dry bones Them bones, them dry bones are a pile of dust on the floor. Alright then, bam. And I'm thinking that deserves, even though he doesn't have lungs, deserves one of those. Alrighty then, skeleton in front of Deuce makes an attack at you, mate.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
For 16, I believe that's going to hit you, mate.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
However, it rolled a 1 on its damage, so it does 3 piercing only to you.
Oh, that's alright then.
-3, I'll do it. Woo! 5. Still only on 5 hit points, though. A skeleton here. That's... Oh, right, that's... The next skeleton to move is dead now. Properly dead. Then it's Kuspero, who attacks the skeleton here. This one here. With his rapier. Rapier, and does 13, 18, yep, hits, rolls his damage. So a total of 7 damage to this guy here. -7. Alright, so he hacks off one of its arms, leaving it with one arm left, let's say. What was that?
Accident. Just ignore it.
You're lucky I can ignore it. It's a 1. Scouty McScout does what it's been doing all along and shoots blindly into the clusterfuck in front of it. And yeah, I'm just gonna say it shoots. And I'm gonna randomly determine what it shoots at, because it can't actually see what it's doing at the moment. So I'm going to roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 combatants in this area here, discounting Salty all the way behind there at the dining table. So I'm going to roll d6 and see who it hits, going anti-clockwise from Drift around to the other skeleton. So that's d6. Number 2. He shoots at Deuce. But Deuce, you'd be happy to hear that you have a 3/4 cover modifier added to your AC. Where's Ben gone? Unfortunately, it's a 23, so that's going to hit you. Whatever happens, Deuce. And you take 6 piercing damage.
Oh, man.
I'm afraid you fall to the ground, bleeding out, unconscious from that hit.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm going to put a marker on you saying that you're on death saves. And also you're on 0. Okay.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, would have been your turn next as well, so I need you to make me a death save. Roll me a straight d20. In fact, roll it, mark it on your character sheet. If you go into your character sheet, you'll be able to see where it says death saves. Yeah. Roll a save. That's a fail. 2 more to go, and Deuce Brickinson will be no more.
Oh, God.
Next is Skelly Bones here. Skelly Bones here will move out of the thicket and attempt to hit Drift with a melee attack with his short sword. Nyah! That's a 13 to hit you, Drift.
That misses.
It misses. Your cam's off, mate. Is that? Can you fix that? But no, it misses. You managed to block the blow with your quarterstaff. Cool. Next is so that one there, that one there, that one there attacks. The next skeleton attacks Kuspero. and fails. It like tries to like wrench its way through the. I'm gonna say it like does a long like sweeping, tries to make a long sweeping like arc with its short sword, like a haymaker sort of thing, and completely neglects to remember that one of his buddies is standing right next to him, and he managed to hack his skeleton buddy next to him with a natural 1. So I'm going to do a d6. I'm going to do the damage against the one who just took Deuce down, which is nice for sort of nice. Doesn't stop Deuce from bleeding to death, but you know, it's a little bit of karmic realignment.
It's poetic justice.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Except not. But I know what you mean. That one there. That one there. That one's dead. Sal, it's your turn. Sal T.
Can't remember because I always have healing characters usually. Can I stabilize him without using any potion?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check to try and just stop the wound from bleeding out.
But it only gives advantage.
Hold on. I think stabilize is. Hold on.
He stays to 0, but
Stabilize. So you can use your action to make a first aid check to an unconscious creature and attempt to stabilize it. So you that requires a medicine check, which is if you don't have a medicine skill, you can just use your wisdom, straight wisdom check.
it's just going to be the same. Medicine check then.
What's your wisdom?
90. Ooh,
Oh, that does it. Yeah, you managed to
20.
create some kind of tourniquet, or you rip off a portion of your sleeve and bind it around the wound really tightly. It doesn't matter how you do it exactly. You manage to stop Deuce from bleeding out all over the floor, and he no longer has to make death saving throws, which is great. Oh, you rolled a nat 20 as well. Fuck.
Sorry?
You rolled a nat 20. Nice. There was a time for that. Okay, cool. So, next
Can't do
is...
anything else, can I?
No, that's your action. I mean, you can do a bonus action, but your bonus actions consist of, I don't know, dash, disengage, hide. You could hide if you want.
Because I was here, so I'm not here.
You can run back there again, I suppose. You can quickly run over, bind him up, and run back again.
Can do that, yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Next is Drift. Drift, what are you going to do?
Okay, I take a swing at this guy right here.
Make me an attack. Sorry, mate, breaking up. 17, it hits for 10 bludgeoning. Again, your quarterstaff for some reason just decimates this skeleton in one blow, and you just bash it into the ground, like grinding it beneath your shillelagh powers, and that skeleton is just wiped off the board in one blow.
It is the will of nature for all things to die at the end.
Make me a wisdom check quickly, please, Ben.
Okay.
9. Oh, okay. I suppose it's easy enough. I'm going to say that's an easy assumption to make. Basically, what you've noticed, how your quarterstaff seems to be doing more damage than the others, is that because there's no skeletons, there's no like flesh or blood for you to damage with. It's just a bare skeleton. Your bludgeoning weapon is more effective against these skeletons than the weapons your comrades are using. You get that?
Yep.
Cool.
But, that sounds like clever people talk. No, this is clearly the power of nature.
All right, it's the will of the gods. Fine. Suit yourself. Next is that one dead. That one dead. Kuspero makes another attack. That one. Kuspero loses his sword in the thicket. And he cuts himself on one of the thorns. He's like, oh no! Oh, no.
Oh, poor Kuspero.
And he's just shouting obscenities as he's like sucking his thumb at the same time. Like, fucking skeletons! Right. So after Kuspero, it is Scouty McScout shoots his bow at someone random. Shoots it. Shoots it. Shoots it at Deuce. Shoots it at the limp, lifeless, bleeding body of the bard on the floor through a thicket of thorns. So it's going to attack you A with disadvantage, and B you're going to have a +4 AC bonus. So if it hits you, it'll be a miracle. No, it does not hit you. The arrow gets lost in the thicket. Ugh. Next. Deuce, you're up, mate. No, you're stable, so you can't do anything, but you're not dying, so you're not making death saves.
Cool.
This skeleton here is going to attack Drift again with his short sword. 12 to hit you, Drift.
This is.
No, you managed to block it with your quarterstaff.
Well, you got a wooden shield, so that's.
Or shield. Well, you can't use your shillelagh two-handed and... Well, you're not using it two-handed, you're using it one-handed with shillelagh powers. Never mind.
The high damage is from it having a spell.
Yep, shillelagh power. The skeleton here attacks Kuspero. Oh, this has been a long combat. 23 to hit Kuspero. I believe hits Kuspero. Doing him 5 piercing. Kuspero is down to 3 health. And then the next skeleton is no more. So next is Sal. Sal, what you going to do, Sal? Okay, you're going to step over Deuce's body and attempt to get into the thick of it, as it were. I'm so funny.
Yeah.
Alright then. Are you going to make an attack, Jen, on that guy? Yep. Go for it. That's a miss. Sorry. Drift, you're next.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take a swing at his skelly ear.
Cool, you do that. Roll me an attack. Let's finish these guys off. 9 bludgeoning. Double to 18. Kuspoosh! You dust another goblin, another skeleton beneath the weight of your mighty quarterstaff. Okay.
You're whizzing from them.
Kuspero is going to reach in and try to grab back his rapier from out of the thicket. Gonna make him make a dex save to avoid getting cut by the thorns. I'm gonna say it's a DC 10 to do that. So let's see if he does it. No, he takes 1 damage as he tries to pull his sword free from the thicket. So he's down to 2 health. And he just screams at the skeleton, just doesn't even try to say anything intelligible. He's just like, "Ah!" And makes a rapier attack.
Alright, we can do it.
That's an 18 to hit. That's a full 11 damage. He just starts hacking. The skeleton like buckles and goes to his knees, but he just keeps hacking away at it into smaller and smaller bits as like bits of splintered bone start flying in all directions. And he's just, for a moment there, he loses all composure as he completely obliterates that skeleton, and it is no more. And I'm going to say that's the end of the combat, because you're going to have to wait for the thicket to disappear into the ether after the spell ends. And we have been running for 2 hours and 45 minutes, guys. I don't know what portion of that was just on this one combat.
You mean the 45
Too much.
head, like, bursting out of that door?
Yeah.
That was a good move there, not... Oh, it's so good.
Right. I'm going to stop the battle music. Hold on. So we can just...
I'm going to be hearing that battle music in my sleep tonight.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Intense.
Play yourself some I prescribe you at least half an hour of listening to Dark Side of the Moon to chill you out from that.
Yeah.
I think I might do the same.
It's an head smashing, bone cracking force of nature.
Yeah, man.
You went absolutely ape. Jesus.
Well, that was good. That battle took longer than I intended it to, but such is D&D sometimes. That was good fun. We had some spooky scoping and scouting of the mansion above, and you've discovered underneath the mansion that something else entirely is going on. Not all was as it seemed. And we will reconvene next week. I'm not sure at which time yet, whether it's going to be 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. I think actually starting at 5 actually was kind of worked kind of well, 5 to 8. Possibly a good slot.
I mean, either one's good for me. So.
Hopefully Adam will be back with us as Kuspero. I'll have to brief him and catch him up on what his character's been doing in my absence. In fact, I don't even have to. He can just watch the replay of this on Twitch because it's all archived. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. A big thank you to my players for being awesome. If you want some shiny cheap dice, I've given you the details on how to get those. I'm not going to repeat myself because I need to lie down, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, if you haven't already, those watching, please, Ben, shush. Guys, if you're watching out there, if you haven't already, please give me a follow on Twitch. Go a long way to helping me get my meet the goals that I need to make affiliate on Twitch so I can start monetizing this stream. And go check out my Facebook page, D&D OMG on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. Just search for D&D OMG again. And that's all my social media outlets at the moment. We'll see you next week. Good night. Signing off.